Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be a little bit off my usual content. Not my usual content, but usually like I haven't filmed like this type of sit down and talk video in a while. But today we are going to be talking about something very near and dear to my heart. We are going to be talking about journaling, and I already attempted to film this before, but it really flopped because my camera stopped working, and I literally don't know how I didn't notice or realize it stopped working, because I was looking at my camera and like there's this big flashing red light in my face that's telling me it's still recording. But anyways, it took me a while to set up the this whole thing, which I'm really annoyed about because the previous one was really cute. But I will include some of the clips from there or whatever I've got. So we're going to be talking about why this is so relevant right now. And recently, for the past few days, I have been feeling really I don't really know why. Okay, I do know why. So the Mercury is in retrograde. On top of that, Venus is in retrograde, so I'm a bit like, we're all a little bit, you know. But obviously, I've been not feeling the best to what I usually feel like, and I wanted to feel better. So one thing I usually do to like feel better is to journal, and this is something I've actually had, like this is a type of like skill or a type of like coping mechanism I had since I was like in primary school. And it literally all started because this guy I liked didn't like me, and like the most popular girl in school, and I wrote about it in my journal. And yeah, but that was literally how I started journaling. It's just been a thing now for me. It's just been a constant thing. I could literally go back to the time when I was on the plane to like France or something, and I wanted the flight attendants' like attention, so I brought out my journal and I started drawing a plane. But did they care? No. They did not care. They walked right past me, and right in front of me was a little kid, and they gave him a free goodie bag, and I felt really upset. Personally, for me, journaling had just become such a routine that actually it didn't used to be such a routine for me as it is now. But basically in 2023 there was this huge event that just happened to me, and it actually struck me to start journaling. And I had this journal for 4 years, and in around like a year and a bit I only covered like a few pages. And then after like the little event that happened, it caused me to journal almost every single day. And I think that's what I found with journaling, is that when I journaled a lot, it caused me to get to know myself better, because I was basically talking to myself. And because I was talking to myself, I treated myself like a friend, and I got to know myself better. I got to reflect on things better. I got to say things I didn't want to tell anyone, and it allowed me to grow this deeper connection with myself that really helped me to grow and become more confident, better connected with who I am and why I'm able to do things and heal things and move past from things. But yeah, anyways, that was a bit of a tangent. That basically, it just really helps, and it may not be for you, it may not be for everyone, and that is completely okay. Take this with a grain of salt. Take it if you want, take it as a whole meal. It really doesn't matter, because it's down to you and whatever helps you express yourself and get to know yourself. So we're gonna go into what is journaling. So what actually is it? As I'm at a uni, babe, I have found my sources. So everything that I'm reading from, or anything that I've gotten information from, will be in the description below for you to make your own critical judgment. But basically, for my summary, it's just basically a log of everything you think, want to say, or do. It's a form of self-expression, and that is what journaling is. And you can journal about everything and almost anything that you can think of. Anyways, is it even worth it to do? So I'm using studies that I had used for my assignment beforehand, and basically there has been studies that show the effectiveness of journaling in regards of managing well-being, making yourself feel better, and it's a great form of just regulating yourself. Journaling does seem to have a positive impact on your well-being, and it's a great addition to routines, and it's a therapeutic way to get things off your chest. I know I went into a little bit of my personal experience on why I journal and how I've journaled, but for me, I also find that it lessens my cognitive load. So for me personally, if I have a to-do list, this may not even count as journaling, this just might be as me writing my thoughts down, but for me, I just write everything down, and it lessens my cognitive load, and that makes me feel a lot more better, because I'm not constantly thinking about it. It's not in my head. I don't have to think about, oh my god, wait, what was I supposed to do earlier? No, I could just look on this post-it note that I literally just wrote a few minutes ago, and it's very helpful. Literally, I would do this for my exams, and I would, when I had so much information in my head, I just write it as soon as the exam opened onto any question that like needed that relevant information. It just lessened my cognitive load. That is also an exam tip if you want to take that. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through almost all my journals, and they would have been in this crate, but obviously I was kind of taking thumbnail pictures, so I took them out of the crate. I have like around 6 active journals, like journals that I use right now, but I'm gonna take you down to the basics. So I have a junk journal, and basically in this junk journal it just allows me to scrapbook little random things, anything really, like anything that I have, anything that I want to keep. If I'm just a huge hoarder, basically this journal allows me to be a huge hoarder. So if you're a huge hoarder and sentimental like me, definitely make or create a junk journal. I have another one which is kind of similar. This is my YouTube one. I don't know if you class this as a journal because mainly it's just a notebook, but I mean, who cares? Yeah, it's not really a journal, but it's just kind of a notebook. As I said, I really like to write things down. I like to visualize things. So I like to physically do things. So this is why I'm just kind of including this, but it's not really a journal. And then we have these, you know, the classic journals. So these are the journals that you just sit down, you write. They're your diaries. And this one I've had for 4 years. Okay, don't even get me started because my microphone literally cut out. But basically what I was trying to say is that I don't usually stick things in like I do like with the junk journal. I just like to write, and I usually date, and I just love looking back on it. But it has a lot of my deepest moments, a lot of dark moments, a lot of happy moments, and I just really like it. It's just a daily entry usually, but yeah, I use it a lot. It's my main journal basically. Okay, my mic died. This is gonna work. And it didn't work because now I'm doing a voiceover. So basically here I'm talking about how you can actually start journaling, and what you need is literally anything to write in. You can buy a fancy journal, you can buy a cheap journal, it can just be anything. And I know usually the first page is very stressful to start off with because I find that new journals are very daunting. I think that's just my perfectionist side though. But this is when I suggest to go on Pinterest or you just look for inspiration. But for what I do personally is I write a welcome page. I welcome myself into the journal. If it's kind of like the same vibe as a junk journal or a little bit more free, I guess not free, but a bit more creative than it is with my normal writing ones, I like to stick stickers in, I like to put pictures in. If it's just like my writing ones, I just write an all about me page or with information that's just me currently, like my height, well, that doesn't change, my zodiac sign, my favorite color, things like that, and it just eases me in. And then literally you just take it from there. There's always going to be prompts on Pinterest for you to find and use to journal, to self-reflect on anything, but I just start with writing. I always date my pages just so I can look back at it, but literally it's your journal. You can do whatever you want with it. And yeah, I know it might be really trash advice, but that's literally all I think it is. Like, I think it's really simple. Not simple, I think it's very like easy. Just don't overcomplicate it because it never has to be as deep as you think it is.